see, I got a Subway sandwich today. This is a foot long. I don't normally get a foot long. I haven't had a foot long in a dog's age. But this is a Southwest steak and avocado, the same as the rice bowl I had. Now, when I go for a Subway, when they ask me what I want on it, first of all, I just get the Italian herbs and cheese, and then I want it toasted. And when they say, what do you want on it? I say, no lettuce, but everything else. Because I like to really load it up. And as long as there's spinach, I think lettuce is kind of redundant. It just takes up room, so I prefer the spinach. So I'm going to bite into this. I really enjoyed the rice bowl they had, or that I had, on my last video. So I think I'll enjoy this as well. Very good. I normally don't get sauce on my subs because I always put too much on. Sometimes it gets kind of soggy. But I wanted the chipotle this time, so I got the chipotle. I think the last time I had a foot long was about 15 years ago. And I was walking home, I stopped at Subway. And I was about maybe 30, 40 minutes from home. So I got a teriyaki chicken, grilled chicken, and they put the sauce on. By the time I got home, it was kind of soggy and kind of gross. It's good. Normally when I get a 6-inch, I'm always disappointed. When I get to the end, I'm still hungry. Very delicious. I still remember the first time I ever went to Subway. I went to visit my friend Richard in Vancouver. This was probably about 30 years ago, early 1990s thereabouts. And we were both, mid-30s thereabouts. And he said, I found this really good place to eat. It's a new place just opened up. And they make these really awesome submarine sandwiches. And they're really inexpensive. Now, before I tell you about that, I'm doing a shout out to one of my viewers, Cool Guy 5150. Like you people, he's a very dedicated and loyal supporter. He's always been very encouraging to me, and I appreciate that. So a shout out to Cool Guy 5150. Thank you for all your support. I appreciate it. And for the rest of you people, all my dedicated viewers, a shout out to you as well. I love you all. I really do. You're amazing. And I hope you all stay amazing in 2023 and beyond. So the first time I had a Subway sub, like I said, I was visiting Rich in Vancouver. And we went to this place and he said they got these great meatball subs. Now I can't remember if we got a foot long and we split it. Probably because he was always kind of on a budget because Vancouver's an expensive city to live in. So anyways, subs, I was never, I enjoyed submarines, but they were never my go-to. I always preferred hamburgers or chicken or pizza, whatever. And I used to live across the street from a place called Subway King, and they were pretty good, but, nothing to rave about. But I have to admit, Subway subs, especially when they started toasting the buns, I really became a fan. So when Richard and I got those subs, I have to admit I was quite impressed, especially with the price and how good it was. There's a lot going on here. A lot of flavors. But see, that's just me. I get everything, like I said, except lettuce. Whatever they can put on, I take it. So anyways, my friend Richard, he lived in Vancouver. A very expensive city to live in. And for years he played in a band as a starving musician. He did that for years. At this point, when I went to visit him, he was living in the English Bay Area in a one-bedroom apartment, paying $1,200 a month. $1,200 a month in a one-bedroom apartment 30 years ago was an astounding a lot of money. But he liked living there. He always told me he liked Vancouver because there's so much to do. But the funny thing is he could never afford to do anything. His rent was so high and blah, blah, blah. And for that kind of money, he still never had a parking spot. He had to park down the street. Somebody's beeping out there. Richard was a good guy. I say was because he passed away in 2009. But he was my best friend since I was 5 years old. video in the future where I talk more about moving from the small hamlet that I lived in, 7 miles from the American border, to the city of Saskatoon. That's where I met Richard. Second verse, same as the first. So this time that Richard and I, when I was over there visiting, we went for a bike ride through Stanley Park and all that. And it was always very busy through there, but we had a lot of fun riding down to Stanley Park and back. Some of my viewers say I wipe my face too much, but I don't think you want to see me with avocado on my face. So that's good. So it was one day when I was over there that time. Richard and I were driving along. He always had some little beater. He had this little hatchback. And we're going down the back alley. And he says, I have this new thing. I like to go dumpster diving. I thought, oh yeah. I thought it was kind of funny. And he said, you wouldn't believe all the stuff I got. He found like an old guitar that he managed to fix up, and he found like furniture and all kinds of stuff, right? So we're driving down the back alley, and we're driving along, and all of a sudden slams the brakes on, almost puts my head through the windshield. He backs up and says, wow, look at that. Gets out of the car, runs over to this dumpster, and he pulls out a pair of skis. I can still visualize him. I'm sitting in the car, and he's over at the dumpster, and he's pulling these big snow skis out, and he's going like this, giving me the thumbs up. He's all excited. Grabs a pair of skis, throws them in his hatchback, and off we go. He gets them home, and one of the bindings is a bit screwed up, but he said, I'll fix that up. So anyway, and I remembered, I think about a year later, we were talking on the phone, and I said, so you used those skis last winter, you going to use them again? He says, no, I sold them. I think I sold them for like a couple $100, but he was just tickled. So, it kind of got me thinking. I was thinking dumpster diving. I was kind of thinking like dumpster diving. I mean, really. But then it suddenly occurred to me that, my ex and I were no different. Because for years she worked in retail. Well, she worked in a bakery, then she worked in retail in a store, and then she got a job at the local landfill. Excuse me. And she started working there. Excuse me. she'd be bringing stuff home all the time. You know, it's criminal what some people throw out. They throw out all kinds of stuff. She brought home one of those ladders, you know, those ladders that fold like that. You can use it as scaffolding and that sort of thing. I don't know why somebody threw that out. She used to bring home power tools. It was actually, like I said, it was criminal what some people throw out, especially the big box stores. Some of these big box stores would throw out stuff like, I won't mention any names, but they throw out, somebody take it, like they buy a tent and bring it back, it's missing a string, they just throw it out. Man, she brought home everything. This clock, I don't know if you can see this clock over here. You've probably seen it in other videos. This grandfather clock. Somebody threw that out. Some store. I know which store, but I won't mention it, but she brought it home, was still in the styrofoam. Somebody returned it because it had like some splinters out of the back. Well, I fixed those up and you can't even tell that I've had that clock now for, probably 20 years. And not only that, a lot of these big box stores would throw out shoes, to throw out the right shoes one week and the left shoes the next week. You know, like I said, you know, it's criminal. They should have donated those. So, when I look at my wife scrounging through the landfill, it was no different than Richard dumpster diving. So, when my ex-wife, when she started working there, I forget the job title, but it was like kind of like a bin monitor. Back in the old days, they would have people just drive up to the landfill, drive right up there, dump all this stuff off. There'd be cars up there, people would be scrounging around. And with the people that worked there, with all the machinery, it became too much of a hazard. So they adopted the idea of having all these different bins, like a metal bin, a wood bin, glass bin, you know, garbage bin, you know, whatever. And there was always somebody who worked at the landfill. That was their job, was to direct people which bin to dump in. So when she'd seen stuff come in, she'd set it aside and think, man, I'm taking that home. You know, I got power tools and all kinds of stuff. Unbelievable. And really, actually just this morning when I was walking the dog, I walked by some stuff, some people had thrown some stuff out. You know, like curbside, you know, free, you know. And I walked up and had a look at it, decided there's something there I wanted. But, you know, there's no difference between that and dumpster diving or taking things home from the dump or whatever. I'm a firm believer in recycling. Always nice if you can find a second home or something. When we had our cabin, this was another benefit of my ex working at the dump. we had our cabin, when we first bought it, the people who had owned the property before, they had another cabin there that was just deteriorating. And we had to tear everything down, and they just left everything there. So all their stuff, like their camp stove and all their stuff, was all rusted. It had been there for 20 years and just rusting away. So we brought all that home, and we were able to dispose of it at the landfill. You know, rather than just dig a hole and bury it, or perish the thought somebody may have just thrown it right in the ocean, which, you know, like I said, I've never done that. But anyways, and even our household waste, sometimes you get behind, you know, and like lawn clippings and all that, we just throw them in a bag and you take them to work. Just throw them in the bin. I'm eating like a 3-year-old today. This avocado makes it a bit messy. Everything kind of slides around. Last bite. That was a pretty good sandwich. I remember about 10 years ago, I lost 50 pounds. And I'd go to Subway and they'd have like a lot of sandwiches for under 300 calories. Mind you, I walked a lot too. I was walking. And I was still working. I was still working and walking, and I'd walk sometimes on an average bare minimum 60 minutes a day, but quite often more than that. Plus I walk to and from work. And when I say walking, I mean walking. I would kind of play a game with myself. If I saw somebody, you know, 2 blocks up ahead of me walking, I would say, what if I can catch that person before they get to the light? And it didn't matter whether I did or not, it just made me walk faster, and I would just walk like that. And I went from 210 down to 160. And that was great. I'd never felt better. You know, I had so much energy, I could bend down, get up, you know. And I just felt so much better about myself physically and emotionally too, because I felt this sense of accomplishment. It was just amazing, you know. And it was funny because so many people at work would ask me, you know, how'd you lose all that weight, you know. And I would just tell them, you know, I was honest about it. Just, you know, I walked a lot, excuse me, but I also cut back on my eating. That's the part nobody wants to hear. But, and that's funny because some people pretend not to notice too, right? But yeah, I felt a lot better. Yeah. I'm trying to put a video together of my trip to Cuba that Linda and I did in 2015. I want to include some pictures. So I'm trying to do that. I haven't decided the best way to do it. I did a video not too long ago It was my cabbage roll video where I showed some pictures. But when I did it, I had a list of the pictures in front of me that I was going to show. And I just sat here like this and talked. And then when I edited the video, I just put the pictures in. What I'd rather do is put all the pictures up and just narrate. And because I have some video I want to show as well, so still kind of working on that. I use CapCut for editing. So if anybody has any ideas, and I use a desktop computer. So if you have any ideas, throw them at me. I'd appreciate it. You know what I like about all you people? You guys are so awesome. I get so many ideas, and so much support and advice. It's great. A lot of encouragement. So when I got an issue, I just mention it, and I get all kinds of, suggestions and advice, and that's great. So, yeah, that was a pretty good sub. I apologize for all that noise outside. It sounded like a jackhammer there a while ago. But, yeah, my trip to Cuba that we did, Linda's been there 3 times. I was there once. And that was Linda's 3rd time, was when her and I went together. But it was very interesting, so I'd like to share that with you. It's a very rainy day. I just took my mom shopping this morning. Wow, she's really slowing down. She's 96. She'll be 97 in May. And Linda and I, we did the Christmas dinner at her house. She just, she didn't really do much. She can't anymore. But I noticed she was always a very healthy eater. Always liked to buy fresh vegetables. Now I know she loads her cart up with a lot of like TV dinners, stuff that all she has to do is fire it in the oven or the mic. Because, she just can't even see properly to peel potatoes or peel carrots or whatever. So, but, in the past, Linda and I have made her up, some little TV dinners ourselves, which she really enjoys. But she still cooks pork roast. She made her cabbage rolls there. Just before Christmas, she made some, and she cooked some ribs and stuff. But it's very hard work for her because she's kind of bent over now and very frail and kind of sad to see. But her cat eats good. She's got a cat that's as round as it is long. And every time we go, we have to buy cat food, but it can't be a bad day because the cat doesn't like this and the cat doesn't like that. But, she says the cat's kind of a picky eater. Well, I can assure you that cat's not starving. But anyways, that gives her joy. And I got her a big bag of bird seed for her bird feeders because she enjoys that. So anyways, my friends, that was a good sub. I don't know if I would get it again. I like the rice bowl, the Southwest avocado rice bowl. But with the sub, the avocado made it too. It slid around a lot and that sort of thing. So I would probably get something different next time, but it was very good. And so anyways, you take care, my friends, okay? And I look forward to you tuning in again. I love your comments. I look forward to your comments, okay? So you take care, look after yourselves, look after each other, and we'll see you next time, okay?